Alrighty. There we go. We're live. What up, Richard? How we doing? Welcome in, welcome in. All right, give Botrix a minute to wake up and get in there, and then I'm gonna grab some gloves. I'm so ready to be done with these specific box of gloves. I might take these home and get another box of ones that I got off Amazon. Like, these are nice and thick, so they don't break or anything, but they just don't fit my hands very well. But I bought 100 of them, and I gotta use them. But I might just start using them on my car. What up, body count? How we doing? First, baby, what's up? You made it first. Ken, happy freaking hump day. Welcome in. You're in the vertical stream. If you want to hang out in the landscape stream, you can head over to my my channel page, and you should be able to find both the vertical stream and the landscape stream. So if you want to see YouTube in the normal format, you can head on over that way. Yo, what's up, Van the Man? How we doing? Welcome in. We'll give it a minute here, let people start rolling in before we get too deep into the build, you know. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. I just started drinking some cold brew coffee, courtesy of Costco. Kirkland Signature, the best. So we're gonna be wired here in just like 5 minutes. You said hello earlier. You did not. You did not say hello earlier. Otherwise it'd be right there in my chat and I'd see it. But yeah, it's a Wednesday. We're gonna build a nice little stream PC today. So it might not look like a super impressive build, but you know, this is more than enough for a stream PC. We're building a stream PC today, so we've got a Ryzen 5 7600X. We've got 2 terabytes of storage, courtesy of Team Group. We've got 32 gigs of RAM. It's a CL36000 from Team Group. We've got the RTX 4060. We've got an Asus Prime X670P Wi-Fi motherboard. 240 millimeter AIO from Team Group. 850 watt Asus Prime power supply. I didn't even remember when they released these. Like they're pretty new. I just started seeing them available, so that'll be interesting to see how their Prime stuff looks. And then last but not least, we've got this custom painted Phanteks XT View. Sorry if you're on the vertical stream, you're not gonna be able to see it super well, but this is the XT View case in white, but custom painted by Mrs. Red. Also, I just smacked my head on this rear camera, so who knows where it's pointing now. It looks okay. That looks okay. But yeah, there's today's specs. 7600X, Team Group Siren 240, Asus Prime X670 motherboard. It's gonna be great. Botrix has joined the channel. If you're on YouTube now, at least on the big channel, it doesn't seem to work on the vertical stream. I don't know what that's about, but at least on the main stream, exclamation point spec should work now. Try it again, Richard, because I just saw Botrix say it joined the chat on YouTube on the other stream. So maybe it'll work on the vertical stream. I don't really know how that works, to be honest. All right, let's get started though. So let's get this build going. We got some games to play later, and yeah, hopefully the vertical stream will pick up again today. Friday the vertical stream went pretty crazy, so hoping for a similar result today. I've done literally nothing different to the stream from what I did Friday, other than, obviously it's a different computer we're building, but besides that, we're basically just hitting copy and paste here on the vertical stream for YouTube. Hey, you made it to the landscape stream. What is up? Yeah, my thoughts behind doing the dual streams, I'm gonna take this back there, is not so much that I thought people wanted to be able to watch in vertical as much as the vertical streams get pushed into the YouTube Shorts algorithm, which means you can get a lot of views. And so we got a lot of views. We got quite a few new subscribers on YouTube on Friday from doing this. So it's just another way to kind of grow the stream a little bit, you know. Okay. Have I played First Ascendant? No. I don't really have that much time to play games these days, and so I pretty much just play Warzone with the boys. Let's start. The Asus Prime X670P Wi-Fi motherboard. What kind of game is First Ascendant? Survival? Battle Royale? What is it? I've heard of it. I know people that play it. I don't know anything about it, really. Yeah, I don't know why Botrix doesn't work on the vertical stream. It's kind of weird. Okay, get our Wi-Fi adapter out of here. We don't need that right now. Get our I/O shield. We are going to need that. Don't think we're going to need these M.2 screws, but maybe we will. You never know. Sometimes they come with it pre-set up, but sometimes it doesn't. It's free. Yeah, isn't that so weird, Richard? I have no idea why it works on one and not the other. You know, I've heard good things about some of the other bots, like Kicklit and stuff. I'm kind of curious if I should be using one of those instead of Botrix. I don't know. I'm too lazy to do that right now. Yeah, I'm just not like, I just don't have enough time to like want to get into another, you know, game. And I really enjoy playing Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty since like 2000. Okay, probably not that long, but whenever like the second Call of Duty game came out, that's when I started playing Call of Duty. All right, got our whatever it's called, motherboard out there. Let's get this guy out of here. Why did they make this so hard to get it out? It's fine. Everything's fine. There we go. Got it. There we go. Richard, how's your Wednesday going? Yeah, we're not gonna do anything political in the chat. So, Richard, if you want to just delete that comment, you don't need to ban him. But if he keeps it up, we'll toss him out. It's over on the vertical stream. Poor favor. All right, so we've got the Ryzen 5 7600X, 6 cores, 12 threads. Perfect for gaming or for a streaming PC. Not perfect if you're trying to do both on one computer, but if you're trying to do one or the other, it's great. All right, bro. I'll get it. Never mind. Emra just earned himself a timeout. Goodbye. Emod, or whatever his name is. Get out of here. Just earned himself a timeout. Like a petulant child. You don't have permissions to do stuff over here? Are you not a mod on my Twitter or my add as moderator? Holy cow. Can manage block words and change chat modes and live. Also has capability of standard moderators. Oh, look at that. I did it. I made you a mod. Boom. I'm smart. Sometimes Botrix will work on Kick. I mean, Botrix, yeah. I think we got Botrix sorted on Kick, and it seems to work pretty often on YouTube, but I don't know why it doesn't want to work on the YouTube short thing. 84 years later. All right, let's get our handy dandy screwdriver out here. I actually tested out one of those like viral screwdrivers that you can't get away from seeing ads for on TikTok, and surprise, it was terrible. Bro, did you just make another account? Fuck off. No, Goodbye. I'm banning you. Hide user on this channel. Remove. I removed his message. Ban. I don't know how this works. This user's messages will be hidden. There we go. What up, Mitch? How we doing? Suck on that. Anyone want to? Let's do an over/under on how many accounts Emod has on YouTube, and he's just gonna keep spamming political nonsense. Like, bro, I'm here to build a computer. I don't care right now about what you're talking about. Oh, why does this thing feel so loosey-goosey? There you go. It's holding it down. That thing feels like it's half broken already. I mean, it won't matter because once I tighten this down, it should hold the SSD down anyways. But that little toolless thing does not feel super sturdy right now. Got your thermal right Peerless Assassin 120 in white. Let's go. Oh my God, Emod is on account number 3. Goodbye. All right, over under. I'm thinking 5 accounts. What do you guys think? 5 accounts? I think 5 accounts for Emod before he gives up and stops or runs out of accounts. And we know it's him because he keeps naming himself the same thing. Oops. What up, Automatic? How's it going, dude? I saw you mention in like somebody else's chat that you got your CDL and stuff. That's pretty cool. If they're eager 6. Oh, he came in again. The only reason I know it's got another E on it, even though he's using Cyrillic or whatever. Boom. Gotcha. We're on 4. Emod is on 4 accounts, spamming the crap out of my chat. Bro. It's gotta be a bot, right? Like this can't be a real person. It can't be a real person, right? This is nuts. Extra, you subbed? Hey, thank you so much for coming in with the sub. I appreciate you. How are you doing tonight? You're chilling, Richard? Just chilling? Good to see a different face other than, oh shoot, I can't see the first name. Other than UFD and Linus. Hey, well, I'm glad you're happy to see this beautiful face, you know? All right, we'll get our 32 gigs of CL36000 RAM. The specs here are a Ryzen 5 7600X. We've got a 2 terabyte SSD from Team Group. It's a Gen 4. We've got 32 gigs of this RAM from Team Group. ASUS Prime X670P Wi-Fi motherboard. RTX 4060, 850 watt power supply from ASUS, a 240 millimeter AIO, and a Phanteks XT View. Oh, hey, Richard, are you copying and pasting that for me? Bro, you are a freaking legend. Everyone give a little hats off to Richard for copying and pasting my specs in here. I keep reporting the guys, so hopefully that helps too. I appreciate that, Mr. Rainbow. Yo, what's up, Fadeaway? How we doing? Oh, Emad is on, is this number 6? Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on 5. Dude, he's on account number 5. Oh, got it. Richard got him before I could. All right, Richard's on it now. You guys, I mean, Richard said 6 accounts. I like the next account for Emod is account number 6. So we don't know. Well, there he goes again. How many? It's got to be a bot, right? Like, who thinks this is an actual person and who thinks that's a bot? Automatic. He's doing it on the vertical stream on YouTube. Because it gets put in the shorts. It gets put in the shorts algorithm, which is how it gets so many more views than like my standard stream. But then, yeah, I mean, it's just whoever happens to be in the shorts feed, right, is who sees it. What do you think about my build I'll be making on Friday or Saturday? Am I new to streaming? No, I've been streaming since 2020. I started doing PC build streams sometime in 2021, maybe? Yeah, 2021. But it's gotten more and more common, and I started doing them on YouTube more and more lately. Okay, so yes, we do get to use the standard brackets here for AIM 5. I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but I wanted to double check. What's your build, Sus? I didn't see the specs that you're planning on building. Someone did this to Mamba with 13 accounts? That's crazy. I would just be dying laughing by that point. Around 21, yeah. Let's see. I think you may get the Steel Legend X670E is a great motherboard. Super solid, and very good price to performance. Like I think they're only like they're in the $200 something mark, right? Like they're not even above $300. So 7950 X3D, got an X670 motherboard of some sort, 62, I assume 64 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and a 1500 watt power supply. What GPU are you gonna throw in with that? First of all, no matter what GPU you're putting in there, 1500 watt power supply is like the definition of overkill, but it's always nice to have more than not enough, right? Okay, we're gonna get, this is the case here. That Mrs. Red painted just yesterday. Pretty freaking sweet. And we're gonna do a full-on like case review with this, like a video on it here in the next couple weeks. Vertical's short stream's looking good, but the real supporters are watching the full screen. That's right, cause ad revenue. Do I ever have problems with those Asus Prime motherboards? Not really. I mean, I wouldn't use one. Ooh. Come on. I mean, I wouldn't use one in like a super high-end build, just because like you don't want to use a cheaper motherboard with like a really nice, expensive PC. But I've never had problems with them. Oh, there's 6. No, that's 7, isn't it? I think. Okay, maybe you're counting. I think that's 6. You're right. That's right. You're gonna run integrated graphics. Are you gonna game on it, or what are you trying to do with it? You're waiting for a. Okay, 50 series. Gotcha. Oh, we gotta put our IO shield in. Okay, I was like, 7950 X3D and that's hilarious, dude. That's a baller. It's a baller system. I mean, if you're primarily gaming, I would say you should just get a 7800 X3D instead of the 7950 X3D. But other than that, I mean, that's a solid system. This first IO bracket, I think, is in the way of my IO shield getting mounted properly. This get bent or something? There we go. Is that in there? Yeah, I think it's in. Okay, we're good. All right, we can put this back now. Double tap the screen to like the live. That's right. You can also hit those little three buttons at the top right and hit that thumbs up on the stream. That also helps as well. Unless that double tap does the same thing. Maybe, I don't know. You're hanging in there? What's going on, Fadeaway? What's going on? Should I get a 4060 instead of a 3060? I mean, if you don't have either of them, yes, you should buy a 4060 instead of a 3060. It's not like an insane difference between the two, but I mean, it is better. Oh, shoot. Forgot to grab the bolts out of here. So we gotta, ugh. Don't mind my knees exploding. Is there more than one bolt, or is it just that one? Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. I had to get this thing out of here. Why are you stuck? Bro, that is in there tight. I don't want you to get the accessories out, but I need them. Okay, we'll put this back in later. For now, I don't want to. Ew, Emod is on number 7. 7 accounts. Bro. Emod is on 7 accounts. Sheesh. Best thing to pair with a 5600G. If we're going new, I would say get like either a 7600 XT get like a 6650 XT, or if you're going Nvidia, maybe like a 4060 or 3060. Those would be pretty solid, solid choices for that. Going to be disappearing for 2 months. Gotta leave the truck training. You gotta leave for truck training? Is that what you're saying? Would upgrade my 3060 to a 3060 Ti or 3070 be worth it? I mean, personally, I would not upgrade to another 30 series card. I would find a 40 series card. I would say going from like a 3060 to a 3060 Ti is probably not worth it unless you're able to get it for really cheap. Jumping to like a 4060 Ti or a 4070 would definitely be worth the price. Yo, Mr. Rainbow coming in with 5 gifted members. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. I think I adjusted the sounds, but I think it's still pretty loud. By the way, I'm going for a white theme build too. Let's turn out nice. Hey, let's go. Oh my god, that's so loud. I'm so sorry. I thought I fixed the sound levels, but apparently not. Everybody just lower the sound on your earbuds. Don't worry, it'll stop eventually. What to do with Raptor Lake i9 bug? Wait for the new microcode to come out in August. It's supposed to come out sometime this month, next month, in August, and update it as soon as it drops, and you should be okay. If you're not already having issues, you should be okay by updating that. If you have started having issues, like stability issues and stuff, like start an RMA. Start it now before like your CPU dies, because they've said it is not like recoverable. If you have issues, like it's not something that can be fixed with software. Yo, Right Side coming in with a $5 dono. Thank you so much for that super chat. See, that's a much more reasonable sound, I think, level. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's all too loud. I don't know. Is it damaging already? Potentially, yes. But not every CPU is affected, it seems. I don't know why. If you can, like if you're good enough at it, like you could undervolt and stuff, or do like a static overclock and undervolt, and that might help. But yeah. All right, there we go. It's bolted down. I just did that whole thing with the wrong camera for the landscape stream. I'm so sorry. Okay. We're gonna switch to that, and then we're gonna switch you guys to. Okay, so now we've got the front and the back cameras going. It's time to get Lazy Susan out here You have it on 253 watts. That's a good way. It's not so much total power usage, it's like individual core voltages. So it's not so much overall power usage that's the problem, it's individual core voltages. And I'm not like an overclocker guy. I'm not like a super savvy software person, so like I only know so much when it comes to things like that. Discord link. I don't know if I have one set up. Richard might be able to get it for you. Yeah. Going to build my first PC. I'm just confused how to plug in the fans. Like, do you already have your PC like partially built? I mean, I can show you. I'll show you how I'm plugging in my fans. These fans. These aren't mine necessarily. Okay, let's get started. So first, we've got our USB 3.0. That is, let's find it on the motherboard. Got it right here. We got another one at the bottom, but we're gonna use this one. It's a nice bendy cable, I like that. I used burn-in test, and in seconds, it went to 100C. Oh, yeah, I mean, that'll happen, especially if your cooler's undersized, or, you know, if it's an i9, if it's a modern i9, like, they just have so many freaking cores that it doesn't matter what you have, you can't keep it cool in, like, those sort of situations. It's kind of cool like that. You have a Ryzen 5 3600, and after 15 Intel CPUs, I had 0 blue screens. Nice. There's loads of connections on motherboards for fans. There usually is. Like if you buy a really cheap motherboard, you may only have a couple, but typically around this top right area, you're gonna have your CPU cooler and CPU like AIO pump fans. You may have a couple more system fans here that you would use for fans like on your chassis. And then usually around this bottom and on the side, you might have a couple more system fan headers. It just really depends on what motherboard you get, on where they are, and how many you have. Good night. Hey, good night, Mr. Rainbow. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a good night. I have so much respect for you and very proud to have the chance to build a partnership and friendship with you. Yeah, let's go. Wizbot, how we doing? That pink really brings out your eyes. Can you even see my eye color from that far? Wizbot is just blatantly flattering me. What is he trying to get out of me? What does he want? All right, we'll plug in our HD audio. Usually I plug this in first. I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting distracted. You guys are distracting me. How dare you? How dare you distract me like this? I'm using an NZXT case with NZXT fans. Will the color be syncable with the Lian Galahad? No. So the Lian Galahad uses Lian Li's L-Connect software, whereas the NZXT fans, depending on what case you have and what fans are in there, either is going to use NZXT Cam or it'll just use your motherboard's RGB software for the lighting. You can supposedly sync up the Lian Li stuff to your motherboard RGB, but it never looks very good. So I would not suggest doing it. I would just use Lian Li's software. All right, plugging in my fans. Speaking of fans, we're gonna plug these in. Okay. All right, so we got all those fans plugged in for speed. Now we just need to plug the RGB cable in here. Let's do that. I wanted to get into PC gaming. How do I choose parts? You can go to redneckengineer.com and buy one from me. You can also go to redneckengineer.com and go to the custom build list. If you go to like custom build and then select build list only for $20, I will put together a complete build list for you based on your budget and desires and everything, and then you can buy your stuff and build it yourself. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do, or you can just, you know, do a bunch of Google searching. I see Thingy was asking about it because I want a 1440p monitor, but not sure if 3060 would be able to do 1440p. Yeah, it's not really great for 1440p in terms of gaming, in terms of just like usage. it's fine. But if you're trying to game at 1440p, 3060 is not really that great. It's bothering me that the colors don't match between each camera. I'm sorry. The problem part of it is the lighting back there is not great. I can do this, this might help. And they're also completely different cameras and lenses. So this camera is shooting in 4K with a really fancy Sigma lens. This camera is shooting in 1080p with a kit lens. So, yeah. Does it run Windows 98? Wait, what? If you set your RGB to CPU, huh? You don't set your RGB to temperature. Mage14, what's up? Thank you for coming in. Also, Daniel Larson, Luke Andrews, Abdul Jamari, Ifebor, Henry, all coming in with the subs on the YouTube. Oh my gosh, Leatherneck. Thank you for hosting. I didn't even notice that. I'm sorry. I just saw you come in and saying hi. I somehow missed that you hosted. Appreciate you. What PC is this? Richard, can you do the Control V, Control C, Control V on the specs for me right quick? This is a custom build, so it's not like on my website or anything, but yeah, it's a great little system, perfect for, the customer is going to use it for streaming, but it's also solid for just, you know, some nice little like 1080p, maybe even some 1440p gaming. It's really solid for that. Okay, this is a rat's nest right now, so I think we should clean that up a little bit. Oh, I don't know. I didn't want to go over that way, do I? I'm gonna take this one this way. This guy is gonna come over here. And we're gonna let's get some cable ties out just so we can kind of get it started. Ah, where are all my cable ties? Need to grab my next set of them. Ooh, blue cable ties? And we'll go with the gray ones. We'll go with the gray and black ones. All right. I buy these in giant packs from Amazon. They're pretty great. So this isn't exactly how it's gonna end up over here, but we're gonna at least kind of try and get this stuff just a little bit organized. So down the road, it'll be a little bit easier to deal with. And by down the road, I mean in like 30 minutes. Emad coming in with his 7th account. 7 accounts. It's crazy. I love Phanteks fans. I myself have some. Oh, the D30s are beautiful. I really like those fans. Those are great, great fans. And it's kind of nice because, like, I mean, there's two camps. Like, you can have people who like really like to have, you know, like Lee and Lee's like fancy software, or like NZXT's like fancy software. I'm kind of in the camp of it's nice to not have to like have another software running on your computer just to like control your fan RGB. And I really like that. The Phanteks has like really nice high quality fans, like those D30s, but they don't require their own separate software just to keep them looking cool, you know? Okay, so the only thing that's not plugged in at this point back here is this SATA. And that's gonna just run to the bottom, and we'll plug it in later. Where's my little plastic piece? What did I do with it? What did I do with it? Did I just put it down somewhere? Did I drop it? Excuse me. You guys, what did I do with that thing? I swear, it was just, I just used it. Oh, there it is. See? See? Told you I just used it. I'm just messing with you. Front makes your shirt look green. It does. I mean, you say it and like you're not wrong. Like it definitely has a very different color correction. I don't know. I should probably fix that at some point. I'm just happy to have 3 cameras that work and like have good quality, you know? Because for a while I didn't. Emra coming in with 9. Appreciate that, bud. You still use Vega 64, fast 8 gigabytes. Dang. What do you do with it? How much does it cost to build a custom PC? It totally depends on what you want out of it. I have builds as cheap as like we can do builds as cheap as like $600-700 if you're doing like non-gaming. If you're gaming, they usually start around $1,000. And if you buy the like the gamer PC that's on my website, you can buy it and use like a pay later sort of feature. So you can you know, pay it off over time if that's something that you want to do. I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm just saying if that's something you want to do, you can do that. Yeah, it's a lot easier to build yourself under 1K. But yeah, having me build you one for under 1K is, you know, it's gonna really limit what you can do with it. Yeah, like if you're building your own, totally, $600 easy. Especially because like if you're building your own, you can, you know, get some strategic used parts, or whatever. But for me as a business, and I have to make money, I have to ship it to you. $600 to do all that is just not. It's not a lot, you know. You're not gonna get much for it. I'm not gonna use used components unless like the customer sends me like, you know, one of their old used components and understands the liability that like if that component fails, like I'm not gonna fix it for him, you know. Mad coming in with number 10. Let's go. You're not changing anybody's mind here, bud. It's not really how social media works. Goodbye. Bradley, how we doing? Also, don't forget your keyboard and mouse monitor. I mean, yeah, that's other things. I don't provide those when I sell computers, but like, yes, those are also things that you might need if you're getting a computer, especially if you don't have one already. Toodaloo. You play BF5 in 4K? That seems unrealistic. I forget my resolution on my monitor. I'll go check. You get around 100 FPS high settings. Hey, 100 FPS high settings, that is all you could ever need, you know? It's nice to have more sometimes, but you really don't need more than that. You really don't. You are a little late, Bradley, but that's okay. You're getting a 4K OLED monitor. Oh, sheesh. Ballin' over here. All right, we don't need another CPU power cable. Does this only have PCIe power? Okay, we don't need this because we can run a straight PCIe power one. Got motherboard, we do need that. SATA, we do need that. Oh, is there not actually one of these? I thought there was one. Oh, here we go, yep, PCIe power. There we go. This power supply does come with the ability to use Nvidia's new connector, but with the 4060, it doesn't actually utilize that, so we're not doing that. 50 to 65 FPS, hey, that's playable. 12700K or 13700K with the 4070. I would definitely go 13700K. It's a pretty significant difference in terms of its capability. Okay, we got our CPU power in there. These guys don't really need to go in yet, but since we already got it out, we might as well. And then once we plug some of these guys in, we will get our CPU cooler out, and then we're like almost done at that point. What's inside that beast? It's a 7600X, 32 gigs of CL36000 RAM, 2 terabyte SSD, a RTX 4060, 850 watt power supply, and I think, is that it? Is that everything? Did I say everything? I mean, and the Phanteks XT View case. I think that's everything. Not all 13th gen are unstable. It's pretty much mostly just the i9s that are really affected. The lower end CPUs are not affected as much. And they're putting out a microcode update that's going to fix it in like the next couple weeks. So it should be no problem at all as long as you buy a new one. I'm getting a Yunzi AL66 keyboard. I've never heard of that. The paint job looks outstanding with the white, doesn't it? Doesn't it look so good? The pink really brings it out my eyes. Wish I have a job like you in the future. Well, this isn't really a job so much as a business, and businesses are very stressful. Just gonna throw that out there, because sometimes you're making money and sometimes you're losing money. So, you know, it is cool to be, you know, get paid to do this, but it's also like it's not cool when you gotta pay rent and other stuff and you don't have sales coming in. Or stressed when like something breaks. Like a customer has something break and then you're like, oh shoot, I gotta fork out money to help them fix it. You know? There are upsides and downsides, that's for sure. Join the Discord? Hey, love that. Okay. What is your best advice for a new business owner? Ooh. Don't quit your day job until you know you're gonna be able to afford to live off your business. And you gotta make way more as a business owner than you do as a W-2 employee. Like, say you make $50,000 a year as a W-2 employee, you probably wanna try, like you need to like make, to keep your same lifestyle, you wanna make like $100,000 a year as a business. That's profit, that's profit that you're willing to take out of your business, not revenue. So, that's my advice. Granted, you know, I'm not like some super successful business owner or anything crazy, but you know, I know a few things. Upgrading from a Razer Huntsman, I do know about that. I have heard of those. Binoy coming in with a sub. VMV Gaming, Daniel Larson, all coming in with the subs. Appreciate that. On the tubes. Yeah, anytime. How is the LED strip powered in the case? The power comes through this SATA connector right here. So this SATA power cable runs up to here. There's a little board in here, and that powers the RGB for that panel. And then I think there might be like some RGB up here on the buttons or something, but yeah, that's about it. That's all. Zip tie here. Bro, this case comes with like 50 zip ties. It's crazy. I have a 1660 Super and it reaches 86 degrees. Yes, you need intake fans in your case. That's for one. You could also do something like download MSI Afterburner and increase the fan speed in your GPU to help. But yeah, it's pretty likely that you just need to get some fresh air in that case, man. You gotta have fresh air from your intakes and get lots of good intake fans going if you want it to work properly, you know? Okay, I probably shouldn't put any more zip ties in here until I get my CPU cooler in here, yeah? Yeah, what do we think about that? I want to know because I'm getting that case and couldn't find any info. Oh yeah, no problem, dude, no problem. And we're gonna have a full video review. It'll probably take 2 weeks or so before it comes out. But we're gonna put out a full review video on this case because I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty solid, pretty cool case. Okay, it's coming together. We gotta get our GPU cable in there at some point, but now let's get our CPU cooler going. All right, so the configuration for this case that we've got going on is intake fans here, exhaust fan, and then the CPU cooler will also be exhaust. So let's get that going. Put new thermal pads on your GPU. That will definitely help, but if you've got crappy case airflow, then nothing's gonna fix that unless you get better airflow. Yeah. I would start with like trying to see if you can get better airflow first, just to see if that fixes your problem. Because like pulling apart and like repasting your GPU, like it's very doable. It's not the end of the world, but it is not for people who are not comfortable working on their computers. Let's say that. I have some random PC fans underneath my GPU. Temp used to be 85. Yeah, exactly. Like just being able to get fresh, cool air to your GPU makes all the difference. It really does. Good case airflow. I have a video all about it. Like good case airflow is so important to getting you know, the most performance out of your computer. It's crazy. Okay. I'm building a custom white painted by me with a i5 6500. I think with a 1060. You just bought a 980 for less than 50 bucks. Hey, there you go. I mean, that's not bad little build for, you know, very little money spent on it, right? Okay. We want it to go this way because we want the T-force to show. So we're gonna run this guy out the other direction. Let's run that cable over here. So on these CPU coolers, this is your pump sitting up here at the top. A little bit different from normal, but when I flip this over like so, now I want case fans to be exhaust, and I want the tails pointing out that same way. So let's do that. Now we'll get our bolts out here, start going. Is Cooler Master a good brand for case fans? I wouldn't say they're a good brand. I've had a lot of issues with Cooler Master fans. If you want ones that are like reasonably priced and have like RGB, Be Quiet makes some really cool ones that has like a ring RGB effect. And those are a reasonable price. If you just want something like cheap that doesn't have RGB or whatever, like Be Quiet has cheap ones, Arctic has really good ones that are cheap. That would be kind of what I would look for. I'm not a huge fan of Cooler Master stuff. I've had a lot of them fail. Do I play any games? Yes, I do. I mostly play Warzone. Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was a kid. Since the second Call of Duty came out on like the Xbox 360. That's how long I've been playing Call of Duty. He's got auto refill supply off cam. Just kidding, he's sipping. Wait, what? What did I miss here? The infinite drink. Oh, the cup. Yeah, it's cold brew coffee from Costco. So I take pretty small sips of it. I don't want to drink it too fast. It's just like a can of cold brew coffee with like a little splash of coffee creamer. And that's it. Dirty, cheap, Red Dragon, dirty, cheap, and efficient fans. I've never used Red Dragon fans, so I can't really comment one way or the other. It just never ends though. I know it's because I'm not drinking a lot of it. I'm drinking little sips of it, you know. What up, Hatfield? Type in !PC if you want to know what's going in it. Here, do you want to see how much is left? There. Oh. If I tip it, you can kind of see. Not much left in there. Here, maybe you can see it better up front. Not much in there. Oh, it's so good though. It's so relatable. Yes, I just chug it down. Is an RX 580 good for a budget PC? It's not bad for a budget PC. Miguel coming in with the 1 month. So loud, I'm so sorry. I need to figure out where that's coming from. The cup shall reproduce. An RX 580, yeah, it's a decent little GPU. It's definitely capable of 1080p gaming even today. I mean, you're gonna have to play at like low settings and stuff, but it's doable. You got a Montec Air 903 Max Mid-tower case for your new build. Hey, let's go. That's a nice little case. Those are pretty cool looking too. PC parts in the US are cheaper than India. I don't know if they're cheaper than India, but they're, I think cost of living here is probably higher, and so people, you know, relative to what people earn is probably cheaper, you know. How we doing, Charlie? Welcome in. Should you sell your 1080 and buy a 1060? Or your 980 and buy a 1060? I don't know the two well enough to make a comment on that. They're old enough that I don't really know the difference super well. Literally need to pay $500 in import taxes. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, well, that's different. By your preference, I mean, I only use Windows. I'm not a software guy. Like, I'm not into like all the software stuff. So like, Linux is not for me. You know, where is this gonna end up? Where is this gonna end up? Like right there. Yeah. So it's not about that. I'm not saying Windows is better, but like I don't use Linux, so it's kind of hard to tell you anything other than that, right? If I don't use it. I'm not a software engineer. Like, I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. I just really enjoy building computers. So like hardware is much more my thing, you know? Dude, taxes are dumb. Can we all just agree that taxes are dumb and nobody likes them? I don't think that's even political. I think everyone's just, you know, feels the same, right? To import to Serbia is 30% price. Ugh. Yeah, the UK is something like that too. I think it's 20%. Because I've sold a couple of PCs to the UK, and I'm always like, all right, I'm just gonna warn you. Like when people are asking for a quote, I was like, I'm just gonna warn you. Like import taxes are crazy, so I'm gonna give you that price, and you're not gonna be happy with what you get out of it. But oh well. All right, I gotta bring this down a little bit so I can bolt these guys in. Oh my God, I just realized I didn't even use the CPU cooler bolts to put those fans in. Those are the ones that came with the case. Also, I gotta hold this in here. This PC is designed, like the person who's gonna use it is using it for streaming actually. So she's gonna use this as her stream PC. Taxes be like money lost in transit, pay more. I mean, you could try and do that if you're trying to import your own stuff, but like as a business, I'm not gonna do that. That is not worth it for me to get shut down, you know? Got a Montek Sky 2, can't wait to start your PC build soon. Hey, let's go. What does a Sky 2 run you? I don't remember off the top of my head. We're gonna shift it, kinda put it somewhere kind of in the middle. About that. Kind of put it there. Yeah. We could shift it all the way to the back. We could. I think looks wise, does it look funny being in the middle? Like, does that look funky if it's like right there? Should we shift it? Should we shift this like forward or back? I feel like shifting it back is the way to go. I couldn't read the full title. This is the first build with this case. Not like my first build ever, just the first build I've done with this case. What up, Wizbot? That's better. I think we shift it like that. What about loopholes? Is there tax? Is there tax for what, Miroslav? Think it looks decent? Or we shifted it back just a little bit. Without tax, $1,800. With tax, $2,200. Yeah. Everybody boo the government. What these smooth fives called? I don't know I don't know what that means. Is that a typo? I don't understand. Oh shoot. I have to shift it a little bit. Boo. So my 5-year-old 3500X with a RX 580. I don't game, but it worked very well for 1080p editing with DaVinci. Yeah. Not surprised. All right, there we go. That's as far as we can shift it over because of the design on top. If you send a PC as a present, I mean, I'm pretty sure you have to pay import taxes either way based on the value of it. I don't know though. I've never sent anything as a gift like that. Pretty sure it's just based on the value of it. Even if you send it as a present, I'm pretty sure you're still gonna have to pay import taxes on it. What components am I using? We've got an we got an AMD Ryzen 5 7600X, or my brain just stopped working for a second. We've got 32 gigs of Team Group RAM. Got a 2 terabyte SSD from Team Group. Got this Asus Prime X670P motherboard. And then we've got the Phanteks XT View case, 240 millimeter CPU cooler from Team Group, and a 850 watt power supply from Asus. And yes, thank you, Richard, for doing that. Because I'm sure by the time I finished that, you were all completely lost, whether or not you know hardware. It'd probably be pretty hard to follow what I was saying. So there you go. Tell me what you think about NZXT 710 and 710i CPU cabinet. Oh, I don't like the older NZXT cases because they have such poor airflow. The older Intel cases had pretty crappy airflow. I don't know that one specifically, but most of them were pretty rough. Okay, got that. Okay, let's grab these. Get our pump fan going over here. Gotta snake that this way, and then back down here. Okay, CPU cooler pump connected. Let these guys back. Everything else on this CPU cooler is white except for this stupid 2-to-1 port, or 2-to-1 cable. Love it. Love it. Okay. What is a good budget case? A good budget case. I mean, this I think is a really good budget case. This is $80. Or the standard Phanteks XT Pro is like $80 with a couple of RGB fans. If that's a little bit higher than what you're thinking for budget, Montech makes a couple of good little cases, like the Montech Air series. Anything that has like air in it are usually pretty good because they have decent airflow and they're like $60 or something like that. Got those over there. Love from India. Hey, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out in the stream. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day or evening. Don't know what time it is in India, if I'm being honest. Miguel. Oh, so we got a couple of new things. Benoit, Min Kant. Got Matthew's Violin, all coming in with subs on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Green Waffler coming in with a sub too. Appreciate that. Time to run, get my charger. Uh-oh, better hurry up. Don't want to miss anything. You can play GTA 5 on a RX 580 and Intel 4th Gen CPU. Yeah, you can still play games on older hardware. All right, RGB. Let's get stuff connected to our CPU cooler. So this guy is gonna have to connect to the pump. Okay, so got that. These two guys are ridiculously long connectors. Like ridiculously long. Oh, those fit together real nice though. All right, so let's run one of these up here. This little RGB header. Okay, pull those to the back. And then this guy will connect into those, and that'll be good to go. Okay, let's get our pump connected, I guess. Or cooler block header, I guess. IRS here to say about, what about taxes? We hate taxes. I pay them because I'm not an idiot. Doesn't mean I have to like them, you know? Just need a couple of these spring bolt things. Go. All right, so this guy, pull this off now. Why black cable on pump? Nobody knows. NZXT did this too. It's like, NZXT I think is even more egregious because it's like a $250 CPU cooler. And then they're like, hey, we didn't really want to spend the money on this, so here's a black cable. Like, you guys. My brother in Christ. What's that, brother? What's that? That's what it makes you want to do. You're just like, what? What are you thinking? What were you thinking? Okay, cool. Got that. No pre-applied thermal paste, so we'll slap-a-dee-doo some of this on here. Ooh, that's real wet. It's real watery. Get one of my little spatulas out here. Ooh, don't do that. Okay, hold on. I gotta get a paper towel real quick. Okay. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. Nice thin layer of thermal paste. I almost said thermal pad, thermal paste on here. Smoking beer time. Ooh, sounds like a good time. I mean, I'm a smoke a cigar and drink a whiskey kind of guy, but like, you know, to each their own. All right, so we got that on there. Now we just need to tighten this down. Did he spill the coffee? No. And it's all gone, so he can't spill it now. All right, there we go. Nice and tight. Gotta run this guy right to the back. Right next to our other right next to our other black cable there. Okay, all this stuff we can get rid of. Just put it away. I don't need it. Oh, it's too small of a bag. It's finally over. I know, right? Here it's 0:47 in Serbia. What are you doing up so late? I can't stay up that late, man. I got to be in bed before that. Do I have any preference on power supply brands I like? I'm a big fan of Seasonic, EVGA, and Asus. Those would be my main preferences for power supply brands. Probably in that order. Corsair is also okay. Do we have to buy thermal paste, or do you get it? You get it with the CPU cooler, not the CPU, the CPU cooler. But if you're buying a cheaper CPU cooler, you might want to just like spend the $7 or $8 and get you something like this. This is some Arctic MX6 thermal paste, some of that, or maybe some Noctua. This is NT-H1. It's very cheap. How much did this screwdriver cost? This was $70 US from Linus Tech Tips store. Depends on the cooler. Some come with thermal paste already applied, some do not, but any cooler should come with thermal paste with it. It just might not be pre-applied. What up, Nemesis? How you doing, Tactical? What's up, dude? Something's happening with the stream. It's really choppy. That might be you. I don't see any drop frames. So that might be on you. I don't know. No problem here. Yeah, you might just need to redo. What's the build? Richard, can you copy paste again? It's a Ryzen 5 7600X, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage. We got the 240 millimeter cooler, 850 watt power supply, and the Asus motherboard. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. What would I do without you? Okay. All of that stuff is in the case now. We just need to plug in this guy so that all of our RGB is controlled properly controlled. Okay, so all that's good. All we gotta do is put our GPU in, run our cable to the GPU, and then we'll have some cable management to do, and then we're done, you guys. We're almost there. We are on the home freaking stretch. If this was a marathon, I'm not saying I can run a marathon, but if this was a marathon, this is mile 24 right here, okay? Mile 24. Stream is super. You're super. All right. This is the RTX 4060 from MSI in white. Botrix isn't working on the vertical stream. Yeah, I don't know why Botrix is not working on the vertical stream. We do have a landscape stream up on YouTube. If you want to head over to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button, and then you can go watch the landscape stream instead of the vertical stream if you want. How much storage can a PC have? So much. It's not even like an answerable question. I mean, you can put like, so let's look at this one for instance. There's a slot here for an M.2. There's a slot here for an M.2. There's a slot here for an M.2. The max that I know about, there might be even bigger ones, is 8 terabytes for each M.2. So you could potentially have 8 times 3, 24 terabytes just there. You have some SATA connectors, so you could add, you know, however big of like a hard drive or SATA SSD on that. You could also add in like PCIe cards and add in some more M.2s or SATA storage or whatever off those. Like, it's not really an answerable question, you know? Over 100 terabytes of storage on your PC? Holy crap. What do you do with all that? Just constantly torrenting videos? Does anyone do that still? Is torrenting still a thing? My brother did it a lot when we were kids. Have I tested the PC out of the case to see if it works? Nah. Go all in, balls out. No, I don't pre-build stuff and test it. It just I don't have the time to do it, and the chances of that happening are so low. Like it's so rare for something to go wrong that I don't worry about it, and it's pretty easy to rebuild a PC if like one component has an issue. The only downside is like if the customer is like hanging out in the stream, and then I have to like email them like, hey, like I know I just built your computer, but like something showed up down on arrival, and now you have to wait a little longer. That's really the only downside to it. The build is so unbalanced, like the GPU. What are you talking about? Talking about this build? I mean, it's a Ryzen 5 with a 4060, and it's not for gaming. This is for streaming. So it's really not. It's really not unbalanced. Pretty GPU, I know. All the white. Oh, it looks so good. I've never filled up your 512 gig NVMe. You haven't even filled up a 512? Sheesh. That's pretty wild. I mean, I guess my gaming PC only has a 1 terabyte, and that probably isn't quite, that thing isn't full because I don't have anything on it except for one game right now, but still, it's crazy. Yeah, it's not unbalanced. I mean, it's designed for a purpose. It's put together for a specific purpose. It's for streaming, and a 4060 is more than enough for streaming. And a six cores is plenty for streaming. Like, you can always obviously spend more depending on what all you're doing, but like, no, it's actually a pretty well designed build, if I do say so myself. Got to keep in mind context. Like, what are you gonna use it for? And budget. I want to hear that GPU click. Did you guys get to hear it? Sorry, I might have been talking over it. I'm sorry. My videos go on YouTube and I don't need to save them locally. Oh, gotcha. See, like you built, like you edit the video, upload it, and then delete it off your thing. Arify official. Did I say that right? Arify official coming in with a sub. William Jacobs coming in with a sub. Appreciate y'all. Which side does this go on? This side. You heard it? Okay. All right, there we go. So there's that. So we got our RTX 4060 in there. We got all this in there. Oh, wait. So the customer really loves watching all my peel videos, and she like specifically requested that I don't take any of the peels off of like, you know, this or the panels, because she wants to do that herself. All right. So that's all good. All that stuff's plugged in. Everything's plugged in over there. Oh, we can put these covers back on the GPU spots. Keep that clean. For streamers that run a dual PC setup, you don't need much in the streaming PC. Exactly. Yeah, unless you're running tons and tons of animation, multi-streaming everywhere, and like 1440p, all that sort of stuff, you really don't need a lot out of your, you don't really need a lot of stuff out of that. I know. There's a couple of black accents. I mean, most of the motherboard is black. We went white, but on a budget. So I'm sorry. Okay. Let's do some cable management here, folks. If you play one game at a time, 1 terabyte's enough. Oh, for sure. But if you play lots of games, yeah, then you really need more. It's crazy how much storage space games take up these days, isn't it? All right. Okay, I'm gonna cut that off just because I don't want it sticking out over there. There we go. Okay, just keep working our way down here. Got room for another cable tie there. I want to have a black and orange PC. Hey, let's go. Those are my colors, man. If you guys didn't know, I went to Oregon State University, home of the Beavers. Those are our colors, black and orange. Monteg 903 Air Max is white. Hey, honestly, white cases just like white PC builds look so good. You definitely have to like pay extra if you want like the whole case, like everything in the case to be white, but they look nice. It's also the color of a very big streaming platform, yeah? Orange and black? Oh, I was like, streaming platform, what do you mean? Killing me. Killing me. Think you have to paint it orange? Hopefully not because of that streaming platform. Jeez. Use white spray on everything. Yeah. Don't think people would be very happy with the outcome of that on their system after like 6 months when all the paint starts chipping. You know? Oh, you piece of junk. On the cables? Oh, yeah, no thanks. I'm not doing that. If anything, we would have spent an extra like 50 bucks or 30 bucks on some cable extensions. But we didn't do that. Okay. Just a couple more things to do back here, and then we're pretty much done. Okay. Don't want to pull that any tighter than that. Okay. Might have to adjust that just a little bit to close that side panel, but yeah, we're basically done here. Where'd Richard go? Why did Emra come back? Or Emad, whatever. What are the specs of your PC that you mainly use? I have a 7950X with a 7900 XTX, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. That can like XMP to 7200, although I don't have them set that high. And then it's all water cooled, CPU, GPU. It's all custom hardline water cooled that I did. Yeah, I think it's most of the specs. Just missing him? Yeah. Sometimes he has to go hide. What is your opinion on the Montec King 95 Pro? I don't know anything about that one, to be honest. Don't know anything about that one specifically. Sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint. Oh, this thing is really... Okay, that's all in. Okay, I could do one more cable tie around that just to kind of get that stuff out of the way. Or zip tie. Zip tie's fine. Cable management, done. Get this cool side panel back on here. Is it all on properly? It looks like the bottom didn't quite make it on. There we go. That looks better. Get a bigger case, bro. Why would we get a bigger case? Why would you get a bigger case? There's still so much room in there. What are you smoking, Abdullah? Cupcake, what's up, Gina? How we doing? Just came in, what's going on? We are just finishing up this build. Here, we'll switch back to the front view there. Check that out. Custom paint job all around. It's beautiful, beautiful. Richard says he's still here. Shout out to Cupcake. Cupcake's one of our partners. If you want to buy a PC, you get 5% off. The case is, yeah, the case is big enough. I don't know what he's going on. Has he tried to clean install Windows? PC is stuck in advanced repair. I tried every option. Says I have new volume C with when all my stuff is in it in D. Yeah, you might just want to reinstall Windows. Fresh install from zero. Man, you should start a business. Wait, who should start a business? Why my screen blacked out and my primary PCIe slot stopped working after trying to tab out. Not sure I understand what you're saying. At AOD, try restarting your BIOS and Windows. I'm going to try clean install. I just want to know. Oh, that doesn't sound like something's hacked. That sounds like either a software or hardware issue. Cabinet should be black. Cabinet. Cabinet. Cabinet? What do you mean cabinet? Cables? What? What should be black? Sorry. Tried restarting BIOS, took out the battery and RAM. Oh, my hands are sweating. My hands are sweating. Someone said get a USB stick and put it in the PC. If you have, yeah, you can install Windows onto a USB stick and put it in there. I think you gotta soak the PC in water so it gets rid of the problems. It'll get rid of a lot of things. Do you have a laptop? Oh, is it a laptop? Yeah, at your mom's house. You can install Windows from a laptop onto a USB. Cracked version of Windows, please. If you're hacked, it depends by what you do with your PC. To reinstall Windows, you have to get a USB stick, right? Yes, yes you do. Okay, case comes with RGB PWM hub. I can just use the case LED hooked up to the hub control instead of the motherboard. It depends on what hub it comes with. Some do, some don't. My case comes with, oh sorry, I just saw it, Mitch. It depends on what kind of hub you have on it. Let's fire this thing up. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna need your favorite fire emojis spammed into the chat right now so we can turn this PC on, okay? Whether it's the Charmander emoji, the straight fire emoji, anything, whatever you got, put it in the chat right now and we can fire this baby up. We'll turn off some of our lights here. And I'll shift this. Which way do I need to shift it? There we go. Shift it that way so it's right in the center for the vertical stream. Dim some lighting. Get a real mood-like, real moody. You guys getting those fire emojis going? You getting it going? Primary PCIe slot stopped working, tried to tab out of Forza, but the second PCIe slot worked perfectly. Oh. That's a weird issue. That's, I don't know. That is weird. Ooh, look at all these emojis. Look at all these emojis in the chat. Miguel, my wife coming in. We've got Richard.
Who else we got? Ghost Gaming, Miroslav, Abdullah, got Sus Cookie, Ronnie. Oh, Ronnie's asking a question. Anyone know if 240 volt is enough to power my 850 watt power supply?
240 volts is not a standard power for this, I don't think.
Okay. I think we're ready here. Okay, so for the last time, a Ryzen 5 7600X, 32 gigs of CL36000 RAM from Team Group. We've got the Asus Prime X670P Wi-Fi, RTX 4060 from MSI, 2 terabyte SSD, 240 millimeter CPU cooler, AIO. Got a couple of case fans in our Phanteks XT View, and an 850 watt power supply from Asus. First ever power on. Let's hope it works. Nothing happened. Oh, wait a minute. I'm missing the power cable. I didn't plug in the cable for the power button. Hold on, we can do this. I'll fix it later. Ready? Ready for this? We ready for this? No? Ready for this? Nothing? Ha! There it is. Had to short it. I'm missing a cable somewhere in here. There should be front panel cables, like front for the power. I'm sure they exist. I just need to find them. Here they are. They come down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I found you. And it's already perfectly cable managed down here. As long as it reaches, this will be perfect. Ta-da! There you are. How did I lose that? Boom. There we go. We're professionals here, chat. We're professionals. Don't let anyone ever tell you different, okay? Boom! Now it's ready. Okay. I thought he messed up the start. Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. Where does the LED strip? Don't see it lighting up. It's right here. It should be connected. Don't tell me I have to take this case panel off again. I definitely connected all the stuff up. Fine, I'll take the case panel off again, you guys. Jeez, jeez. Calm down. Okay, so it goes right here. This guy. Goes right here. There's nothing else disconnected laying around in here. It's connected right there. I could try plugging it in somewhere else, just to see if that fixes it. So that's going there. So where's this guy going? Why is there so many cables? Got him right here, right here, right here. This guy all the way up. There Where's that guy right there? Right there? Did I follow the wrong one up? I think I might have. I lost it somewhere. This guy. Hold on. Hold on. This guy right here. Yeah, it's connected in right there. That's connected in right there. Like, do I need, if I disconnect this, does something else happen? Yep, see? Those are connected in. I might just need to check the software. Yep, that's all connected in. Yeah, it might just be motherboard software. Need to check it. Because that's all connected in. Yep. Should be all good. We'll have to check it, but should be all good. Okay, sorry, I ignored you guys for a minute. Yeah, so this should be lighting up. But it could just be needing something with the motherboard. So we'll figure that out before we do much. But okay, faces suck. That's important advice I was once told. Okay. Everyone like 62 views and only 34 likes. What? Crazy. Not needed here because the GPU is not run that hot. You forgot something else. I didn't. Didn't forget anything else. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to like on the vertical stream, you gotta hit those top 3 little dots, and that'll hit a drop down, and then there should be a thumbs up button for you to hit. Is the GPU running? Yes. Build looks dope. Hey, thank you, Protec. Hector, what's up, man? It's freaking schmexy, isn't it? Freaking schmexy. The reset button? No, it's a single cable. So I think that's really nice with some of these newer cases. You don't see it on like the really cheap cases, but on most newer cases, the reset button and the power button, power LEDs, HDD LED, all that stuff comes with a single cable connection. So you just plug in the one F panel connector and it has all that stuff built in. It's really nice rather than having to do all the separate little 2-pin cables. You can double tap the screen and it likes the stream. There you go. Learn something new every day. You have 3 fans for intake in front, 3 output on top, and 1 rear output on CPU air cooler. Now I want to replace air cooler with water cooler, so you'll have 5 extra fans. Good. What's up, Turtizzle? Keep grinding. Hey, I appreciate that. So yeah, the flow of this, we've got 2 intake fans here. We've got 2 exhaust fans here and then an exhaust fan here. The GPU and the power supply are also able to kind of pull in some fresh air because this is a mesh front and this is mesh here. So they'll be able to kind of pull in some fresh air from the bottom too if needed. But with this case and these components, the 2 intake fans and the 3 exhaust fans should be more than enough, even if you didn't have any open air down here. I feel these tempered glass cases are delicate. Not overly delicate. I mean, they're pretty strong. Not bad. Should install some bottom intake fans too. Nah, not for this system. I mean, if you had a pretty high-end GPU, I would say it's worth it. I mean, there is room to put fans down here, but with a 4060 and a Ryzen 5, it's really not. It's not worth it. There's no need. You're cool, man. You should start a YouTube channel. Ah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea, Ghost. Took off the front dust cover on my PC and found a bunch of extra screws on a box. Nice. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. If you haven't yet, go on hit that sub button, hit the like button on the stream. We're gonna be doing, we've got 4 or 5 builds in the queue right now. So we'll be building these, you know, for the coming weeks as we try and get all this stuff out. So, you know, make sure you're subscribed and you can hang out, ask all the questions you want to ask, make fun of me, you know, whatever you guys want to do, as long as you're not doing weird political stuff in the chat. I don't really care. So, or being super weird. I mean, there's a level of weirdness that we accept here, but anyways, do all that. Come hang out for the next one. We might be doing another short build stream tomorrow. We've got a little like baby workstation build for a local customer that we need to put together. So hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Again, thank you all so much for coming in. All the new subscribers, we love you all. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. If you're on Kick, I'm gonna end the stream for right now as well, and then we'll put it back up when we start playing some games. All right. Okay, bye. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.